Back home, and mortgage holders have this month been given a reprieve with the news the Reserve Bank is keeping rates on hold for October. But have they just delayed the inevitable, and will the banks break rank and sort of raise them regardless?
Let's ask the experts. We're joined from CommSec by market analyst Juliet Staley, and our resident money man Anthony Bell from Bell Partners joins us here on the couch. Morning to you both. Juliet, let's start with you. The decision surprised a lot of experts. Why were rates kept on hold?
Well, Sonia, look, obviously it was a line ball decision, but on the day there just wasn't enough evidence for the RBA to justify a rate hike. We're seeing consumers tighten their budget. We're seeing a little bit of weakness coming through in the housing market, and the high Aussie dollar hurting a lot of our sectors, including, of course, the local tourism industry. So on the day, the RBA just took stock of all the weaker than expected data we've seen over the last couple of weeks, and of course what's happening offshore, and decided that now wasn't the time to act.
Yeah, so Juliet, we all took a deep breath yesterday, but a few sleepless nights coming up to this announcement next month, I guess.
Well, Larry, there is a possibility of a Melbourne Cup rate day hike, or hike on Melbourne Cup Day. We do have third quarter inflation data coming out at the end of October. That's going to be a real litmus test. If this is higher than expected, then yes, the RBA could act. But in terms of taking a deep breath, only a third of Australians actually have a mortgage, another third rent, and another third own their homes outright. So, in fact, a rate hike is actually good for a number of Australians, including, of course, savers.
Anthony, the Reserve Bank is warning of future pain. Now, what do they mean by that? Are they talking about high rates or a struggling economy, or both?
No, they mean pain to everybody who's got some sort of lending, Sonia. So it's you, me, Larry, and just about everyone who's even got a credit card. So what they're saying is that the delay is only a temporary one, but not a permanent one, and that they still expect our economy is moving in the right direction. They did get great information, as Juliet was saying there, information that suggested to keep them on hold. I think they made the right decision by keeping them on hold. Because, you know, mum and dad out there on the street and small business owners are not doing it as well as what everyone says. Our economy is bubbling along. We are still 4 times the interest rates of the US and a lot of the European nations. So we've got to keep in mind, we're only 22 million people. We can't be that far ahead.
So is this rate reprieve ultimately a bad sign that things aren't going so well? Is that what you take from it?
No, households are jumping from the roofs, going, great, I don't have to pay an extra $70 per month on my mortgage right now. Now, to hear that Australia perhaps is not as charging ahead as a country is not something that anyone's really sorry about, okay? It hurts at the hip pocket, and that is the exact place where people are comfortable that they're not going up.
Okay.
It's just annoying that it's going to... The next rate rise will happen on Melbourne Cup Day. We know it'll be buried in amongst all of the coverage of Melbourne Cup. You know,
but leading up to Christmas, Sonia, that's exactly right. Leading up to Christmas, that will make people start to think a little bit more about spending at the counter, which means that affects our consumption rate, our consumer confidence, and then that has an effect on the economy as well. So all those retailers out there may be bracing for a tougher Christmas than normal.
All right. At least you know you're going to wear a nice frock for the next rate rise at the Cup. Juliet, thank you, and Belly, thank you, mate.
Thank you.
Thanks.